Hello everyone, welcome to this next video from Driving Without Drama. I'm just going to take a brief break from the stinkers, maybe just this one video and then we're back to the stinkers, we'll see. But I felt this was important because I've seen learners making so many mistakes on this subject. What we're going to look at for a little while is moving off and signalling. How and when to signal when you're moving away. I see learners doing it wrong all the time, even when they've got their instructors with them. Occasionally anyway, as far as I can tell. So we're going to look for a little while then at moving off and stopping on a busy road and how and when and if we should signal. We're going to go to a busy road because that will give us more opportunity for teaching. The road we're going to is in both directions on a number of the test routes. I think Cook's Lane, thereabouts, East Speedway. So we'll be there in a couple of moments. But I'll just give some introductory thoughts as we're heading over there. The first thing is, if you were driving along like I am now, and let's say there's a car parked just a little way ahead, perhaps just after the roundabout, you imagine there's a car parked there. And once we're on the roundabout, we're about to pick up speed, that parked car puts on a right signal. What would you do? Well, you'd check your mirror, you'd probably touch your brakes. Almost certainly you'd touch your brakes, because you don't know if that guy's about to move off in front of you or not. And therefore, by putting his signal on, without paying proper attention to you, he's going to make you slow down. So let's just picture that scenario again. You're driving along here, let's say where the bus is somewhere, there's a car parked up, and he puts his right signal on as you're approaching him. What's that going to make you do? It's almost certainly going to make you cover your brakes, come off the gas, you're going to slow down. And you might think about moving out of the centre just in case. But you don't know, is he going to pull off, is he going to wait for it, is he going to pull off? Of course, what the man or woman should have done would be to wait till you had gone past. And then if there were no other traffic to concern them, they would signal. So in a moment I'm going to pull up just up the road here where it's pretty busy most of the day in both directions, and I'll talk you through the routine and demonstrate it. When and when not to signal, moving off from the side of the road. And the rules apply of course whether the road is busy or quiet, but busy helps us to get more examples in. So just a little way ahead, we'll get up over the hill and I'll pull over and we'll go through the procedure. Okay, so I'm pulled up on what is fairly busy road. I've got traffic coming up behind me, I've got traffic approaching me. Now the rule when moving off and stopping at the side of the road, and when you're changing lanes on a dual carriageway, simply stated is no cars, no bikes, no pedestrians, no signal. If there are cars in front or behind, bikes or pedestrians in front or behind, you should ask yourself, will they benefit from a signal or will they be confused by a signal? If they're confused by a signal, again, whether they're coming towards you or coming behind you, wait until they've passed, reassess the situation. Are you able to move off without causing them to slow down or change direction? If you make traffic, I think this learner cyclist is asking for a fail. If you make a signal when there's a car close behind, it's going to change direction. And if you make cars do that, or brake or slow down, you're likely to fail. So I'm looking at my mirror at the moment, there's a bus down behind me, he's signaling to move off, but he's 200-300 yards away, there's nobody approaching, so I'm checking over my shoulder, I've checked all the mirrors, I don't need to sit there, there's a van moving out on the right, so I'm signalling for him. The question is, is that van, car, in front, behind, pedestrian, cyclist, is he going to benefit from your signal? Or is he going to be confused and hindered by it? If he's going to benefit from it, then make it and go. If he's going to be confused by it, leave it until that situation is clear, and then move away. So we're going to go left at these lights, so we'll go around the square, and I'm going to do another one. Okay, so we're coming back to that busy road again. I'm going to turn left here, signalling for the vehicle in front. Quite a bit of traffic coming up to my right, so I'm going to have to wait here for a moment. Just go a little nearer to the end. Still quite a lot of traffic coming up on my right. Okay, I've got my opportunity now after this grey car. So off we go. Now the rules for moving off, the same for the rules for pulling up. I want to pull up on the left, so I'm checking my mirror. There's no one behind me, but there's cars in front and cars approaching, so I'm signalling left before I pull in, so that everyone knows, including the taxi driver in front of me and the vehicles opposite, what I'm doing. Now, a little way ahead there's a learner parked up, but I would say I'm sufficiently far back from him, if there were no other traffic, to move off without a signal. But it probably wouldn't hurt, actually. So I will signal for that learner. I'm just checking my rear view mirror. It's coming clear now. The white car's gone past in a moment. Checking all my mirrors on shoulder. Bus coming towards me, parked up learner, and learner moving off on the right, so I've signalled. Of course, once we're out in the proper position, signal off. Going to pull up again, checking my mirror. The learner's not moving. There's nobody to benefit behind, but there is a car approaching, so I'm going to signal left. Of course, when you pull up, avoid the drives, unless your examiner says otherwise. If the examiner says pull up on the left, then you avoid the drives. If he says pull up on the left, don't worry about the drives, that's okay. He might be wanting you to do some sort of a manoeuvre. So I'm planning to move away again. There's quite a bit of traffic moving about at the lights ahead. There's a lorry coming up behind me, but it's clear behind now. So I'm checking all around, checking over my right shoulder. Nobody in front, nobody behind, the learner's not moving. So I don't need a signal here. Off we go. So we'll go across the lights, we'll turn it round and do it in the opposite direction. So let's just state the rule again simply. No cars, no bikes, no pedestrians, no signal when it comes to moving off and stopping and dual carriageways. You always signal if you're making a turn. Again, the other question is anybody going to benefit? Does anybody need to know what I'm planning to do? Then signal. A lot of people just forget everything once they've passed their test. I've got my licence now, and they just forget everything they've been told. I've even had pupils say to me sometimes, I don't have to worry about this door once I've passed. Coming back to the same busy stretch of road, but we're going in the opposite direction, and there's a strong chance if you come down on your test you will be pulled up. And what they're looking for, I've got a car behind me, so I'm signalling because he's close, he needs to know. And also don't brake hard, take your time, give him time to change direction behind you. So as I say, you'll likely come down here. You may well come down here. You will probably, if you do come down here, one direction or the other, be asked to pull over, because it's the perfect place for the examiner to see if you know what you're doing with your signals. So I'm planning to move away, so I'm getting the car ready to go. I've got my clutch in, I've got my first gear. I'm checking the mirrors behind, no one approaching. Checking the mirrors on the right shoulder, no one in either direction now, so no need to signal. Away we go. Again, I'll do another one a little bit further down the road, and that should clarify everything. So the rules apply whether you're moving off or whether you're stopping. Does anybody benefit? Does anybody need to know? Am I going to slow anybody down, confuse anybody? Those are the things you've got to consider. Once we pass the bollards, I'm pulling in on the left. I've got a silver Seat behind me, so he needs to know, he's close enough to that, and all the oncoming traffic. So mirror, left signal, give him time to change position and bring the speed up slowly. And again, avoid the drives unless the examiner says it's okay. Okay, I want to move away, so I'm getting the car ready. I've got it in gear, got the clutch at the right, I'm checking rear, no one behind, checking my right shoulder. Car approaching, I'm going to signal for him. I'd also consider a signal there if it was a motorcycle, a push bike or a pedestrian. They need to know. If they need to know, they'd signal. Depends how far away they, of course, and what you think their intentions are. Well, I hope that's helpful. That's moving off and indicators or signals for learners. See you again next time. Bye now.